Governor of Lagos, for being responsive. So there's actually a WhatsApp group where we drop bad roads and all of that and all of that. Myself and Auntie Ayo. Auntie Ayo used to be an NTA staff and she lives in Festac. She's very, very serious with this. Nima, bad roads, Nima, call out government, they need to change all of this. And I'll just say, hey, Shama, drop it. And you won't see them do anything. So she called me out and said, you don't talk about these things enough. I said, okay, I would improve on it. No, on this particular one, we've been doing them together and I stopped talking about them after a while. And when on Wednesday I came on set and said I stayed in that traffic for an hour for no reason, the bad patch between in front of La Casera company. And on Friday when I was coming, they had dropped granite there. Today, they had broken and leveled everything. So you can have trucks park, drive to. I know she'll be like, shut up. But I must say thank you that the governor is responding because I'm sure he made sure the offices who are on that WhatsApp group, you have a commissioner and all of them on those groups, that, you know, just turn a blind eye when we put the things on the group as if...
Sometimes they actually commission these things. The workers don't get mobilized on time. There are always different factors. So I remember what happened with my mom's area. They'd actually given out the job. That's major DS Street. And they started work on it, but different factors, it's not being delayed here and there, but hopefully it gets done soon. How are you doing? Is that all you happened the weekend?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say thank you.
All right.
Because driving off like that this morning in 5 seconds is a relief.
How are you doing, Tokwe?
I'm good. I'm grateful to God for life, for health, business, family, and then I'm worried. And I know that it's still going to be our topic, but the way a government policy can turn people's livelihood into nothing worries me because I live off, my income stream is mainly on social media, and I'm wondering, may Nigeria not happen to your business because one person can just wake up and a policy will just take you off what is your source of livelihood. So I'm trying to open my website quickly and get people to sign up to that place so that my business can still continue even if social media is shut down. But it's tough being an entrepreneur in Nigeria, and we just need to keep on praying for ideas and wisdom for our leadership. I'm not even, there's nothing, I'm not insulting, I'm not even complaining. Right now, every morning, I am deliberately praying that God should give our leaders wisdom and ideas to move this nation forward.
Yeah. Mariam, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. I had a lovely weekend. My friend's mom turned 60. Yay! And I went over to her place. And, you know, it's just good to... This is a woman that she was very ill, you know, towards her 60th. And in her family, she says no one ever got to 60.
Wow.
So that 60 years
like an
celebration. Yes, and she was so grateful for that. And she was so ill, she didn't even think she would make it. So happy birthday to her. But you know what was so sad was that the conversation around there was conversations around Plan B. Right. Everyone is talking about how to get out of here. Everyone is afraid, worried. You know, there seems to be like a total, they've given up on this story in Nigeria, and they feel that if you can, you should leave. That's what every regular Nigerian is talking about. And, you know, we need to pray harder. You know, I've never been that prayer person where it is, we need to do work. Don't tell us to pray. But right now, that prayer plus action, our leaders need to sit up and let's turn this story around.
Well, and also, in addition to the leaders, we also have to take responsibility in our own part.
Yeah.
So in our tweeting, well, the ban Twitter now, but in our messaging, in our conversations, we need to start uplifting each other. Because the truth is that somebody was telling me the other day that the E in hope has dropped. He's now hopping out. Like initially he had hope, but he has dropped the E right now.
And he's now hopping.
He's hopping and he's hopping out of the country. So, but at some point we just need to face reality and prayer. Prayer is what we need right now. Yeah. And wisdom, as you had said.
And I love your glasses.
Thank you. I went to get new glasses.
That to work because hop, yes, you can, but how many of us can hop out?
You cannot hop into
Maserati. Carry as much as you can, and you still leave the larger.
You know, I'm wondering how Mariah would look down through her. Just on a lighter note. You know what you usually do, where she would drag the glasses down and
so
look
this
through.
is now very focal. So now I can see. I can see that. So I don't need to drop down. It has both.
I'm happy.
So I can see that. I can see that. I got 4. Trust me. You see different kinds of different colors and different types.
I wonder if this will suit my
I would never pick this, but the lady was like, "Right, you just have to pick it." I'm like, "Oh, this is not my style." Like, no, it looks great. So she picked 2. I picked my own two, my regular conservative two. She picked the other two. I'm like, hey, God Almighty. So
I decided to start with hers.
Yeah, started with hers. Let's go on a break, thank you. When we come back, we go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Right, let's start with the punch. Hashtag Twitter ban. Job losses loom, economic woes to worsen. NESG experts warn. Lady who lodged with boyfriend in Lagos hotel falls sick and dies. 34.3 kg cocaine, others seized at Lagos airport, 7 traffickers arrested. We're increasing forex to banks for SMEs, travelers, and tuition. No block asylum for IPOP applications will follow procedures, says UK. Confusion trails Atiku Soludo's campaign posters in Abuja. Banks commend 6.98 USSD charge, customers kick. And Igongon community fingers but kills family as 17 killed, fuel stations, houses, and others razed. Right. Let's start with the human interest story. Okay. This is a lady that fell sick.
Lady and her boyfriend lodged into a hotel in Festac, and suddenly she fell sick. She started to vomit and then remove foamy substances from her mouth. The boyfriend called for help. He called the managers of the hotel to assist him. They rushed her, but they got to the hospital and she was declared dead on their way to the hospital. The manager then reported the matter to the police station, and they said that investigating. But of course, I can only imagine, knowing our justice system, what the boyfriend will be going through right now. You know, so I pray that, you know,
the investigation will also include an autopsy, because we did have been
that's the proper thing. But you know, like he'll be made to come or either detained. He'll be made to suffer double, maybe before his innocence is declared. And even though it's declared after investigation, he'll be made to pay money if he will not be charged. You know.
Yeah.
All right,
so
let's take.
let me take the NDLEA.
NDLEA, go ahead, please.
So 7 drug traffickers have been arrested by NDLEA. They were looking. It looked like they were about to import into Nigeria and also export to the UK and Italy some illicit drugs, cocaine, heroin, cannabis, weighing about 37.3 kilograms. They say how it first happened. This Agudozie Peter Ehie, on the 25th of May, had been arrested. He had about 36 pellets of cocaine in his pants. He said he had ingested the drug in Kenya, and then en route in transit, he felt really pressed, and so he vomited, put the thing out, excreted it out into his pants, and then when he was arrested, he excreted 40 more pellets out. I mean, the story is just the things that they even have to go through to do this.
He was coming from Kenya,
yes,
en route to Italy, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think he said another group of a couple of freight forwarders also were caught because heroin was found in large quantities as well, and that one they had gotten it from Benin in Oyo State and trying to take it to Italy. Thankfully, NDLEA is catching them, but you can imagine how normal this business has become, that we're catching people almost every day.
I know Twitter ban is our hot topic later, but I'll just mention the fact that the Nigerian Economic Summit Group and other economic experts have said that Nigeria's Twitter ban was ill-advised and it was wrong for the federal government to put a lot of people's businesses in jeopardy, as this would definitely worsen economic situation in Nigeria. You're going to take the USSD, sir?
Yeah. So one, the USSD, the Central Bank of Nigeria they've approved the 6 naira, 6.98 naira for every USSD transaction, which is your text message.
Was 5 naira?
Yeah, okay. No, at first it was free. Then they said they were going to bring in the charges. Yeah. And now the complaint is that they're going to be excluding a lot of the markets who cannot afford that. This would threaten financial inclusion, because many people use the USSD to transfer money to each other, and that this would not be possible. Then they're advising that people should take advantage of other payments options and payment platforms. But there's another thing I want to take, another story still on the economy, the same from the CBN. CBN is saying they're going to create a hotline, that they have released forex for banks, deposit banks. That,
SMEs?
No. To allow both SMEs, payment of tuition, healthcare issues. If you have all the documentation, no bank should not allow you access dollar at the correct rate. Okay. But banks are not giving people money, even when they have correct documentation, and they're saying the banks have money, the banks will soon get penalized for not releasing dollars when they are collecting it to those who need it for healthcare, tuition needs,
this is just
and
criminal.
SMEs.
So CBN gives you $1 and you just hoard it because you want to...
They're waiting for you to appreciate or something, whatever.
Moving on to the nation. We scam each other. We're just a bunch of scammers. The nation.
Governors, I have the major headline and the key.
Yes, go ahead, take that.
So following what happened in Oyo,
yes,
the Southwest governors have, given a command to the Amotekun unit to work together across state borders to forestall this kind of thing subsequently. Basically, and now speaking on behalf of the governors is the governor of Ondo State again.
Okay, so the students, we remember the recently abducted and released students of the School of Forestry in Kaduna State. It's been 30 days, the parents have said, and that in these 30 days, they've noticed that their children are behaving strangely. Right. So obviously, there's a psychological effect and trauma from what they have been through, and they had been expecting some form of compensation from the government as well as from the Ministry of Environment and Forestry to help towards the rehabilitation of the children and some form of therapy and counseling, but nothing like that has been done yet. Please, if we're unable to protect our children from being kidnapped, if we're unable as a government to negotiate with kidnappers and pay for their ransom, and parents have done that, we should in this way at least pay for them to get some form of counseling and rehabilitation. These children are going to grow up to become adults and be part of society. We don't want damaged children.
It's very important that they have psychology. Yes. It's very important that they have that therapy done for them. Yes. But let's not monetize it as payment, because the headline is not clear. I would expect that as they return, just as they did for the freed Chibok girls at the time, put together a team that helps them through the trauma that they went through.
Okay, I was going to take the story of the IPOB man. There's a man, Joseph Ukanachi, alias Dragon. The police had said that he was killed in a gun battle when they were trying to raise police headquarters in, I think it's Imo State. And the police spokesman, Bala, kind of has said that Dragon was killed. He and his gang were neutralized before they could take over the headquarters. According to him, this man, Joseph Uka Dragon, he has been responsible for 70% of the killings that's happened in Southeast, and he's one of the members of IPOB and ESN. Moving on now to, I think we're going to go on a quick break. Let me see. When we come back, we continue with the review. Who's taking up TV, Joshua?
I am, but I'll take it from
you. Come back. All right. When we come back, we'll continue with the review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
From every angle, from every view, forever my baby, I'll always have my eyes on you. From north to south, from the east to the west, you drive my heart, I always have my eyes on you. And yes, it's true, you remind me of a lovely picture, it's true, I can't deny. I've got my eyes on if you truly love it, get the Leadway Auto Insurance now. I've got my eyes on you. Leadway Assurance, ensuring happiness since 1970. buy and register a new Airtel SIM card and enjoy 8 times bonus on all your recharges. Visit any certified Airtel shop today with your NIN and get instant double data and 8 times bonus on every recharge. If you don't have NIN, you can also register for it at the Airtel shop. This offer is available to all new Airtel customers.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
I just want flex, don't need stress in my life. Avoid the yawa, I no want queue for the bank. Stop, I don't open an account. Digital bank, we get the power now vote. I pay my bills easily, I'm running things like a boss. Collect a loan with no collateral. Vote is the answer. Vote is the way. Vote is the answer. From Polaris Bank, vote is the answer. Vote is the way.
Take control. Download Volt by Polaris Bank. That's VULTE. Visit the Google Play Store or Apple Store now. It is available to Polaris and non-Polaris Bank customers. Volt by Polaris Bank.
A peak protein breakfast gets you up to a great day. How do I know? Because my daddy goes to his work feeling good and always with a smile. Mommy is always filled with confidence. My sister is always in tune. And for me, learning new things becomes absolute fun. That's because all day and every day, the peak goes on.
Start your day with a peak protein breakfast. Peak. Reach for your peak.
As I wake up in the morning, freshness fill the air. My confidence dey high, so I go as confirm man. Fresh bobo, fresh bobo, odogu, fresh bobo.
Only freshness and cosmetic cleaning is not enough. That's why you need the power of Double Green Gel. Double Green Gel is naturally formulated with a unique blend of mint, lemon, and other trusted herbs and ensures fresh breath and strong white teeth. Double Green Gel, freshness as well as protection.
Thanks for staying with us. Moving on now to Daily Sun. Bloody weekend. 45 killed, scores injured, Obas Palace, 60 houses, 165 vehicles razed in alleged herdsmen attack in Oyo. Also 6 killed as gunmen razed police station in Delta. Local government chairman's homes also razed in Imo. Defend yourself against attack, Akaridil tells his people. Kanu lawyer's house attacked, 2 feared killed. Kaduna military warns NLC against power cut. Insecurity, Archbishop Kaigama predicts famine in Nigeria. NDDC fresh danger as Niger Delta monarchs raise alarm over Sylvia Akpabio's tussle. Nigeria at crossroads as oil price nears $75 per barrel. Buhari, Jonathan, Governors Kalu, Arthur Eze, others mourn Prophet TB Joshua. Let's talk about Prophet TB Joshua for a minute.
Okay, yes. So over the weekend, we heard of the sad news, the passing of Prophet TB Joshua, a well-known televangelist and the founder of Synagogue Church of Nigeria. Of all nations, I'm so sorry. There have been messages, of course, from all across the country and Africa. So many people in different African countries have sent their messages, and they say he died a week to his 58th birthday, and you know, many people were there mourning. He's mostly also, apart from his preaching, and he's very much remembered for his philanthropy. They said Forbes estimated that he has spent over $20 million towards philanthropy. He's donated towards education, healthcare, restored electricity in 4 local government councils, paid for people to scholarships up to the tune of £100,000 for someone who wanted to do his PhD in Oxford University, paid for, made donations to the police force in Nigeria, in Ghana, and Colombia. So this is a man that is very close to the hearts of many people, and our hearts goes out to his family, first of all, and all to the members of the
I remember
church.
when the Okada helmet was compelled in Lagos. He was the very, very first person to go into Ikotun, that community in Alimosho, then and donate helmets to all Okada riders in around his church at the time. But
may so rest in peace.
So rest in peace. Yeah.
Okay, another story.
Many stories. I want to take what is our hot topic, the major headline. What is
Bloody weekend. Well, go ahead. Tell us what the paper said.
The paper just gave account of the fact. Let me just take about the 45 bodies in Igogon, saying that the PRO of the police command has said that there were AK-47 magazines with 25 live ammunition. 45 people were said to have been sent to their early grave within the town. 50 people came on 20 motorcycles. They attacked the town for about 5 hours, killed 45 people, burnt about 60 houses within the same community that an attack took place in February of this same year. The community leaders are saying that this is a bloodbath, and the Secretary of the Farmers Association is seeking how to peacefully resolve the issues. They're saying many lives were lost during the invasion, and residents that were not even farmers were shot dead. And it's worrisome.
There's one story, I don't think it's anywhere else. The Kaduna, so we know the NLC is also about to embark on the second phase of a strike, and the Nigerian military is saying that it should not affect TCN, the electricity, like they did the last time. And this is because they have bombs that are in strategic locations, and they are kept, they are specially kept within a certain temperature. And when electricity goes out, we can have the repeats of the 2002 Ikeja Cantonment bomb blast. And so they are asking NLC that whatever you do, please do not have this affect the electricity. And they said that they were warned the last time, and that the military had to, it was so close that this would go, these bombs would go off the last time, and this was even after they had warned NLC. And so they are telling them now beforehand, whatever you do, be careful.
I hope NLC is hearing and TCN is hearing.
I was going to take the story, the
cost of petrol.
Cost of petrol. So the good news was supposed to be good news. The fact that the oil prices hit $72 over the weekend, and they are expecting it to hit $75 pretty soon. Although this is supposed to be good news, but for Nigeria it might not be very good news, because we had planned our budget on the benchmark on $40, which is, so it means that we're supposed to have surplus. But unfortunately, because we are still paying 112 billion naira subsidy monthly, that all would go away. So this isn't really good news for us, but across the world, it's great news that dollar prices is especially the Brent crude which we have, and we don't have refineries, and we are still paying that subsidy, and that money that's supposed to have been saved would have been used to pay others.
Please let me take the story of Biafra. Kanu. Kanu's lawyer. There was an attack. The police has denied the attack, but according to the people that were there, 2 people were killed in the attack on the lawyer for Nnamdi Kanu's house, and they said he took his brother as well as his PA. His PA was shot dead. This, they said, happened about 15 Hilux vans came into his home, his house. They broke into the house, tried to find the particular lawyer. The NBA, that's the Nigeria Bar Association, already said that this is wrong, that they are denying this lawyer is doing his job, representing someone, and that he shouldn't be attacked because of who he's representing. Though, like I said, the police has already said they are unaware of that attack.
Moving on quickly now to the Nigerian Tribune. Let's find a story we've not taken at all. 6 years and 2 trillion naira after, electricity distribution stalls at 3,000 megawatts. Government invade Delta community, bomb police station with IEDs. Our children exhibiting abnormal behavior, parents of Africa students cry out. Onion marketers trying to stop supply to South from today. And PDP blasts APC over Twitter ban as Nigeria lost 4.4 billion naira in 2 days. Let's take the onion story. You have that story, Mima?
I have the onion story. The Association of Onion Marketers have given a sum to government to compensate for their losses suffered so far. For every time they try to bring goods down south, they are attacked. They started the one that happened in Oyo. They started the one that happened recently in Enugu and every other area that They are actually giving July 7th as their deadline, but in the papers this morning, they extended to July 11th for government to respond to what they had suffered. They counted their losses from the number of trucks burnt, number of goods, the amount of goods, I think about 4.something billion naira worth of onions, destroyed and distributed without because to how much the investors are losing, and asking government to assist them in some way. I think they should be assisted. I think it's unfair that somebody farms, grows and harvests his onions and then do not make profit from it because we are divided.
Not make anything,
not make anything. Lose entirely. And, even lose cost of production, including of trucks and all logistics and all of that. The government should please look into this.
So 6 years after, 2 trillion naira spent, and yet our power output is stalled at 3,000 megawatts. The report carries it that at April this year, that about 78% of electricity consumers in Nigeria have less than 12 hours, and that 78% of 84%, actually 93% of those that are metered actually pay. So invariably, it means that if Nigerians are metered, they will pay for their electricity, and that the excuse of saying it is liquidity is not tenable. Give power to people, meter them, and you will get your money out. But we can't spend 2 trillion naira so far, and we still haven't seen major improvements in the power sector.
Remember that they've given it to some private sector,
and still, there's still something going on.
Actually help us to provide the meters, assemble in Nigeria and sell. And they follow shots. Yeah, it's the
nation actually carried how much megawatts per, our power plants across the country. Egbe, which is the largest, is about 750 megawatts. And, so they continue to reduce like that.
Below capacity.
Working below capacity. And the TCN too are not able to transmit as much megawatts as possible. So the total is 3,000 plus.
We need to call out these, I think about 4 or 3 companies that have given the rights to actually make
But we should invest in, our plants. How can Egbe be making 750 megawatts?
Okay, so we know now just Vanguard, the amount trillions of naira.
Final paper, Vanguard. Let's find a story not taken again. Twitter ban, be ready to build thousands of prisons, Ozekome tells Malami.
Yeah.
Chikau killed himself, says ISWAP. Igongo massacre, colors and provocative, says Southwest governors. Police battle unknown gunmen in Owerri, kill 5. Let's find another story. 17 wedding guests die in auto crash on the Zaria Kano Road. I read that story too. NDDC strike force unit commanders on standby. If says militant leader. Let's take the
Mike Ozekome.
Yes,
that's what I have. So Mike Ozekome, the senior advocate of Nigeria and human rights lawyer, has said that the Attorney General of the Federation, Malami, lacks the power to make laws through declarations or pronouncements, and this is his reaction towards the Twitter ban, and Malami is announcing that people who are found using Twitter after this ban will be prosecuted. And he says that only the National Assembly has the exclusive preserve to make laws in the country. And he says that he also wished that the government use the same sense of urgency concerning our insecurity problems, our economic problems, the rising corruption, that is pervading everything. And also asking that Juson should please call off the strike. And when he said that, just reminded me that Juson is still on strike.
Yes.
Call off the strike so that Nigerians are able to get to the courts and, challenge the excesses of the federal government.
The killings that took place on
auto crash? Or which
yes,
killings?
the auto crash. 17 wedding.
It's not killed though. They died.
They died. Yeah.
They're used to saying killing.
Auto crash. They were going from Zaria to Kaduna, and it was a head-on collision. They said that it was at a diversion point of the road, and they said that somebody was trying to overtake. Now, I traveled a lot last year, and I understand what happens. People, when you divert, they are facing each other, and we need to teach ourselves to comply by the rules. This has led to the loss of 17 lives, 10 on the spot. Several others died later. Avoidable death. Condolence messages has come from the governor of El Rufai as well as Ganduje, saying this is a shock and appealing to drivers to please maintain speed limits on the expressway and wait your turn, because we would avoid this loss of life.
Our hearts go out to the family. 17 young men, bright young men. Very, very sad indeed. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we can move on to our hot topic for the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
You have been on the stage long enough. It's time to become a master and move from noisemaker to newsmakers. The countdown starts now to the most profound global transformation conference of this year, the Mid-Year Crossover Prayer and Prophetic Summit 2021, hosted by Dr. Chris Okafo, Ministry, Prophet Jeremiah Omotel Fufein, Brother Joshua Iginla. Date, June 28 to July 4th, 2021. Time, 5 p.m. daily. Thursday and Sunday, time 7 a.m. Saturday, 3rd of July, partnership impartation. Venue, Grace Nation International, 9 to 12 Oshofisan Street, off Odozi Street, Irike Bus Stop, Ojogubega, Lagos, Nigeria. Be uplifted with music by E-Band, Joe Praise, Gabriel Peters. Don't miss out. For more inquiries, please call
Guys, we can't leave. We've got to finish the client's order tonight.
This time?
How about some top tea to cheer us up?
Only one bag of top tea makes 2 strong cups, so taste to know more flavor, enjoyment,
Great.
friendship, and upliftment.
Wow, this looks gorgeous. Beautiful.
Taste to know. Top tea.
And Kara shopping with the right place for.
That one no fine.
No, it's too dull.
This one.
Oh wow, it's beautiful. Omo, this fabric, it gon' fade though.
Yeah.
Look, make I tell you something. The new area Ankara, it go take good care of it.
No right.
Not lie, not true.
And the price?
Cheap.
Try new Ariel on Ankara and colors now.
In my house, we may look alike, but we are very different individuals. Everybody believes their way is best. That's why Golden Penny Pasta is our favorite meal.
Golden Penny Pasta, made with durum wheat, is tasty, nutritious, a source of protein and fiber, and non-sticky. So you can cook, serve, and eat your pasta just the way you like it. With Golden Penny Pasta, your way is best.
I am Funke Akindele Bello. As a mom, most times we get disturbed or being called for one thing or the other. You know our kids now. And oh, how they love to make us proud.
I mean, we love to see our kids happy.
Their happiness is our happiness. The same happiness we felt when we learned that the original Kellogg's cornflakes is here. The world's #1 is here. I got an invite to tour the Kellogg's factory. It was amazing. Trust me, we're in good hands. It smells so fresh.
It's real corn.
Super crunchy, super tasty.
It's because it's world's #1.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Hey ladies, don't you know you'll always be too short, too tall, too plain, too bold, too dull, too bright for someone else. Don't get mad. Get even with new Lux Even Complexion, exfoliating clay and vitamin B3 for beautiful, even-toned skin that glows, giving you lasting fragrance. So rock that glow and work that beauty because you are more than what they say. New Lux Even Complexion.
Thanks for staying with us. So before we go into the Twitter ban conversation, it's important for us to hear your thoughts initially on the killings that happened. I know we'll be having our guest very soon, to be telling us exactly his thoughts on what happened in Oyo State. However, based on our paper review today, and based on what the governor had said, the governor of Ondo State, according to him, was speaking on behalf of, I think, about 4 of the states in Southwest. He didn't mention Lagos amongst them. It was Oyo, Ekiti, Ogun, and Oshun. And they were saying that people must begin to defend themselves. I don't know what that means. I don't know what does it mean by defend yourself? What are your thoughts on this, especially because people, I mean, I saw some really gory pictures, horrendous pictures that it's difficult to explain on television. You have to go online. I mean, you think Twitter is not available, so many people do not get those raw pictures. If we had Twitter, many people have actually seen the gravity of what was on ground. But some social media platforms did carry some pictures, and it was quite a painful thing to see, not just in the Southwest, and I think also in Imo, we've been seeing quite a few of these pictures. But when it comes to family, children, homes being razed, we hear the police stations, we heard those public facilities. But when it comes to homes, private citizens, and you think to yourself, what is the government doing? What is the response? What's the collective response? What are the individual responses? How do we go about this? And very soon we'll be having Are Ono Kakanfo joining us to let us know what his thoughts. Okay, I'm told that he's on now. We have with us the Generalismo of Yoruba, Are Ono Kakanfo. Mr. Good morning. Good morning, Sir Are. Welcome to the show. Good morning. Are Gani Adams.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for us this morning. I mean, we read the papers and everybody is quite distraught about the happenings over the weekend. And we'd like to hear what the next line of action is. So, but first, could you just give us a recap of exactly what happened, the numbers of victims, and if you have a real assessment of what exactly took place over the weekend?
Well, what happened in London is highly devastating. And it was a shocking incident. The criminal Fulani herdsmen invaded that community 11 p.m. on Saturday. And the wicked operation against our people lasted about 3.5 hours, from 11 to 2:30. And in the process, the palace of Ashikono, the Oba of the community, was raised down. A filling station, one only filling station in that community was raised down, and about 15 houses was burned. A total of about 50 people was killed because the body you saw was the one that was recovered from the community. Some people that was running into the bush was killed. Some of them, I believe today, they will still be recovering somebody because the total numbers of the people, the figures they told us yesterday, is about 50. And the attack was highly calculated. And last week, Tuesday, I was in our meeting and I was warning our people, especially Yoruba leaders, that we should praise us. That the intelligence report in my disposal is that we have been invaded, we have been infiltrated, and these people have stockpiled different arms and ammunition within us in the southwest region. And that was exactly, and General Togun too, as a chairman of Amotekun in Oyo State, raised the same issues through his own intelligence report that the Fulani herdsmen from neighboring West African states have invaded Yoruba land, which I collaborated in a major newspaper on Saturday morning. So, unfortunately, the issue happened on Saturday evening to Sunday morning.
Right. Okay, sir. This is truly a sad story. In the papers, it said that the members of the community tried to reach security operatives, but their phones were switched off. So in the north and the middle belt, where I've seen this happen, what you would normally hear is, oh, you know how the villages and the communities in the north are, they're so far away from civilization. So before you even get to them, but the Yoruba communities are much more, closer to each other, and security operatives should be closer to communities like that. Could you tell us, in your opinion, and based on your assessment, what exactly happened that they were unable to reach security operatives during the raid for 3 whole hours?
Well, it's 3.5 hours. Well, in my own position, I've lost hope on Nigerian security on the basis of protecting the citizenry. Because in the actual point, we have a police station, not police post, in Igogo. And the men in that police station, they are about 15 to 20. And in my own opinion, I may not have a concrete information. I think in their armory, they will have nothing less than 4 or 5 AK-47. And we're not even talking of the police station in Igogo. This operation lasts for about 3.5 hours. And in that situation, they're supposed to signal all the police in Ibarapa, which they will have nothing less than 50 to 100 men to repair these people. Because those who carry this operation, those criminals that carry this operation, they are about 80. So with the Nigerian police, civil defense, I think they have the opportunity to repair them. The highest hours to come to that rescue, come to Igogo for the rescue is 1 hour to 1.5 hours. And if you monitor my statement against the Commissioner of Police, I have issued statement twice that the IGP should redeploy Mrs. Ngozi as the Commissioner of Police. The Commissioner of Police of that state have connived with the criminal Fulani men to commit havoc in Yoruba land. Because anything that happened in Oyo State has affected the entire Yoruba land, because Oyo State was the center, and they have the highest mass land in Yoruba land. So I thought there is a serious foul play and the element of connivance from the federal security agencies and the federal government. I read a statement and listening to the president raising eyebrow on what is happening in the southeast against the public institution like police station being burned, INEC office. But it's unfortunate the president could not rehearse what happened in Igogo for more than 14 hours when this ugly incident happened. And we haven't seen the same head of state, the commander-in-chief, coming out that how can my citizen be killed like a chicken like this? It's a defenseless citizen. So definitely, I think Yoruba should take their destiny on their own hands.
All right, let me get a few more questions. If we have very little time.
And make sure and prepare a strategy to defend ourselves against all this ugly pushing occurring.
All right, just
so
let me
I feel so sad because we had this conversation a few weeks back, and like a month ago, and I remember you saying that, we have intelligence reports that we always send to the security operatives. When you say taking security into our hands, we have Amoteku, we have OPC. My thought was that if we are calling in case of emergency, we're calling out to the police, people should also have the contacts of Amoteku and other local vigilantes that could be reached out to. How come it is in the morning that we're seeing this quantum level of, the videos are gory. This shouldn't happen in a country that has police, Amoteku and OPC and vigilante association. It shouldn't happen. These people somebody should be within reach to come and quell this attack.
Well, unfortunately, the men of OPC are ready to defend the Yoruba people. But I can tell you categorically, we saw an element of connivance of even some high-power Yoruba people to set the group up so that the group can be tagged as terrorists, or most of the leaders of the group can be arrested and detained. As I'm talking to you, the 3 men that hand over Wakili to Oyo State Police Command are still in Agodi prison on trump-up charges. And most of the men of OPC that was assisting some community, at the end of the day, they were being frustrated. If not because of the support of OPC in many Yoruba communities, the situation could have been worse. Not even only OPC, we are talking of the hunters, vigilantes, and other relevant security groups. They are trying their best. But in a situation that even the Yoruba leaders and some monarchs are not cooperating to give them the normal backing, it will be extremely difficult to do that job because At the end of the day, they will tag you that you are taking law into your hands.
Let me just throw in one final question for you before we run off. Yes, Nima.
Okay, so now that this has happened, what I expect is that, some form of justice is met. Somebody is arrested. The intelligence report that the head of the Amotekun had given was that, they were infiltrating. We can at least find those infiltrators wherever they are now and make them pay for this crime. Is it completely impossible, in your view, sir?
Police. And what are the next steps?
Well, let me tell you, there's limit Amotekun can do. Because the Amotekun, they didn't allow Amotekun to carry the main rifle and ammunition. And even the people recruited to Amotekun, some of them operate with their individual day guns, local guns, without even state government buying bullets for them to support them. Because the National Security Advisor, because of their evil plan, deliberately not approving the Amotekun to carry arms to face criminals. The state government have tried all their possible best to convince the National Security Advisor that the life and property of their citizens is being threatened. But the federal government and the security advisor refuse to approve Amotekun by carrying arms. And you can't accept them to use their sticks to confront hardened criminals.
Right.
Trace criminals, maybe in the process they are SWAT or AXIS or Boko Haram. And even in the level of OPC, it's a private organization. It's not a government organization. Even the government has never even called OPC that you should give them a total support. But we know in some of the states in Oyo State, they tactically call them for backup.
Right.
And
we have to wrap up with you.
The Yoruba is kind of a race. Let me tell you the attributes of Yoruba. We don't prepare, we always react. And in my own time as the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, I want to change that character. I've been calling them that, a tree cannot make a forest, although a tree can change a forest.
Yeah. All right, sir, we have to run.
All our offers.
All right, we have to run.
And form a strategy to defend the Yoruba race outside the plans of federal government.
All right.
That's the only way.
Thank you very much, Ààrẹ. We'll be speaking with the Generalism of Yoruba Land, Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, Gani Adams. Let's go on a break now. When we come back, move on to the other topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
You clean your teeth every morning, but that fresh breath feeling just doesn't last. The answer? Easy. You keep your teeth strong and healthy and give your mouth long-lasting fresh breath with new Oral-B 2-in-1 toothpaste. It helps strengthen your teeth and gives you long-lasting fresh breath.
So fresh, still fresh, and still fresh.
Stay strong, stay fresh. New Oral-B toothpaste for strong teeth and long-lasting fresh breath.
Chapman, drink smooth.
I am Funke Akindele Bello. As a mom, most times we get disturbed or being called for one thing or the other. You know our kids now. And oh, how they love to make us proud.
I mean, we love to see our kids happy.
Their happiness is our happiness. The same happiness we felt when we learned that the original Kellogg's cornflakes is here. The world's #1 is here. I got an invite to tour the Kellogg's factory. It was amazing. Trust me, we're in good hands. It smells so fresh.
It's real corn.
Super crunchy, super tasty.
It's because it's world's #1.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time. Remember that we take our loans. Every
making the incredible affordable.
Working out can be exhausting, but I know just what to reach for when my team needs replenishment. I just want to relax and enjoy myself at home. That means it's me, my favorite movie, and my favorite yogurt. Hollandia yogurt comes in 2 variants, plain sweetened and strawberry. Wholesome nourishment from your favorite brand.
Thanks for staying with us. So over the weekend, the federal government announced the indefinite suspension of Twitter's operations in Nigeria, according to the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed. The suspension was due to the persistent use of the platform for activities that are capable of undermining Nigeria's corporate existence. Joining us now on the show is a youthful and vibrant legal practitioner, Adebayo Razak. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes, good to have you. You can also call us on 081-270-53687, 091-390-76948. You can also tweet us from heaven.
We are no longer tweeting.
My brain does it. So you can now comment on our Facebook.
Yes, our Facebook is CVC Connect. I will read your comments. So go to Facebook.
Imagine that. My brain does.
You need to cut it out. You need to cut it out.
You can no longer tweet to us at. Okay. So. Welcome to the show, Mr. Razak. It's always good to have young people have a conversation on this. Now, everybody obviously was shocked to get this information from the federal government saying that we're indefinitely suspending Twitter. And obviously, everybody has responded, even the US, Canada, I think EU, and a few other global organizations have come forward to say this was a wrong move. In fact, NESG also said that this was ill-advised. And people have been talking about all the various effects of this ban. But let's start in your own view, understanding Twitter. Some have said the toxicity of Twitter streets is you can't compare it anywhere else. Was it the right decision at the time for the federal government to make this ban, in your view, considering how toxic Twitter have been in the past?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, what I would say is that the federal government's action was more of a reactive action than a proactive one. And that explains why it has attracted a lot of criticism, even from the international community. When you talk about international politics and all that, they're saying this and that, suppression of fundamental human rights to expression and so many other things. We've seen the president of the small and medium-scale enterprises coming also to explain the adverse economic effect of this ban on particularly the small and medium-scale industry. The National Economic Summit Group has also come to say, look, the digital economy of Nigeria is suffering a major setback. Talked about things like unemployment. The legal personnel has also come in to say, look, this action is by and large illegal, and that there was a better way for this to have been achieved. And I also want to agree with all this, respective states and non-state actors who've said that, clearly the federal government's action, it's not the best at this time that we are in right now. Go ahead, please.
Nigeria is a sovereign nation, and,
yes.
And Twitter is a corporation registered in the US, and they pay their taxes abroad.
Yes.
And they have so much power. We've seen it tested during #Answers. We've seen it tested with the promotion of everything IPOP. And I mean everything, every obscene things that you can hardly believe. Imagine false news and all of that going unchecked except until reported on Twitter. So do you think that the federal government should answer to a corporation, not even registered within its shores or even paying taxes here? Should we be subject to such an arrangement?
Example in Uganda now, There's what you call social media tax in Uganda, where you find the government putting in place certain parameters to allow social media operators such as Twitter and the rest of them, maybe through their virtual private network, through either the Ministry of Communication and Information, whereby you can regulate activities, either for the purpose of tax. You can also find in extreme places like maybe Saudi Arabia, Iran, Syria, and the rest of them, who have also taken out measure in order to protect their national sovereignty and their corporate existence, placing some level of restriction on this,